And I'm going to share. Hi, everybody. Sorry we are a little late. I was late getting home from work, but thank you for joining me. I am solo tonight, other than my most awesome guest that I have, Frank Cinelli, aka Dr. Spray, and we have Isabella Clayton with us as well. And we're just going to talk some good old, holistic healing and all this and that. And, Isabella, you're going to talk about what you do, and we're just going to have fun. If anybody has any questions, you know where to put them. So I don't know if you guys want to, Frank start, then Isabella, then we're going to just go from, and then how you guys united, and now you guys do your thing, and it's lovely.
Okay. We do our thing.
We have somebody checking in from Scotland, so hello.
Hello, Scotland.
All right, so I'm going to share this.
What's that?
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I have this overwhelming desire to go to Scotland. I'm not Scottish. I have no Scottish in my family, but I just feel this strong connection to Scotland.
To Scotland, yeah.
Way high on my bucket list.
Really?
Yeah.
Just to visit, like nothing paranormal wise, or just like to visit to.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you ever go anywhere and don't do anything paranormal?
This is true.
This
is true.
It's part of our norm. Okay?
Right.
I'm not going to say new norm, because every time somebody says that, we got to do a shot. So,
it's true. We've made it a drinking game.
Yeah. But it is part of our norm. And we do this because we love to do this. And we love the adventure and the excitement and the exploration and the discovery. So, yeah, everywhere we go, we're doing something.
We went to a giant coffee cup. It was like on our Roadside America app, giant coffee cup in the middle of, like, I don't know, area, and
near Wilkes-Barre.
Yeah. And we did Echo Box. And we got stuff.
It was amazing.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. We actually plan vacations around paranormal. We're going to Pine Bush, New York, in about a week and a half. So Pine Bush is the UFO of the Northeast. There's been more sightings there than anywhere.
Really?
Yeah.
UFO. Wow. So you guys are purposely going there for that reason?
Yes.
Have you ever seen a UFO?
Yes.
No.
I have not either.
When I was a kid, there was a group of us, we're being like delinquent kids, hanging out, walking the streets, doing stupid shit. We were sitting on the hill by my parents' house, and we can see over the mountain there were these three lights, and they'd come together and then they'd come apart. They come together, they come apart. They come together, and then one went shoo, shoo, shoo. About 5 minutes after that, there was a squadron of Air Force planes flying overhead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and there's no Air Force base around here. I mean, it was wild.
Wow. There's that new show coming out. Hold on, I just have to say really quick. Amanda from Australia is checking in.
Hi, Amanda.
Irene from Japan.
Wow.
Irene, hello.
And somebody is saying, "Love you, Frank and Bella."
Oh, that's MJ.
Yeah.
MJ's from the UK. She was raised in South Africa.
Oh,
and
wow.
Her husband is from Scotland, but they live in like Birmingham area, somewhere in the UK. I don't know. She hosts Sage Paracon.
Oh, cool. Oh, okay. I think I've seen that. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
MJ is my paranormal daughter.
Yes. I have seen the stuff on Facebook, and you know what I mean. I saw the connection that you guys have, so that's cool.
Yeah.
And then you've been invited you're always welcome here in Glasgow, Scotland. I live on the old army barracks full of history.
Nice. Yes.
And this is coming from Pauline. I can't say your last name. I'm sorry. But yeah, so I just wanted to let you know. Somebody from, oopsie.
Well, if we make it to Scotland, we will definitely hit that.
Yeah,
We'll
that would be awesome.
We'll go have a beer or something together, and we tell us about your paranormal stuff.
Absolutely. So what I was saying was, there's that show that's coming out now where they are, they're doing like, and I heard on the news that the Pentagon is actually hiring a team to investigate all these claims that have come through from the black boxes, or like the people that are in the air, and like unidentified stuff going on while they're up in the sky. This was like on the news that they were like putting this team together. You know what I mean? To investigate.
I've applied to that team several times. So I write conspiracies, and this has been in the conspiracy buzz for a number of years now. And I've sent emails to different people and whatnot asking to be on the team.
Really?
Yeah, I've never gotten a response. But so Pentagon, if you're listening, I am still available.
That would be so cool. I've never seen anything, and I am very I'm in love with the night sky. That's the best way I can explain it. Like, I love meteor showers. I love lunar eclipses. I love, if a comet's going to go by, like, I will drink a gallon of coffee to stay awake, to witness whatever's going to take place, And
Right.
And I've never, unless I didn't know what I was looking at, or I just thought it was whatever, I just have never witnessed anything, to my knowledge. That's
either.
Have you ever seen the space station fly over?
No.
Oh my God.
I've seen that.
Yeah, it was so cool. We were, in the backyard, we were having some drinks and whatnot. And one of the people was here, had a nap. He's like, guys, the space station's going to fly over in 5 minutes. We, so we're all watching like the northern sky, and it was just so freaking cool.
It was really good. That's a couple years ago, though.
Yeah.
So let's talk, hold on, people are, Canada. Hi, Taryn. Hi, Frank. Hi, everybody. That's Joe from Canada. I want to really quick, Frank, give your lowdown on, your what you do, and then Isabella can, and then,
the things that I do.
The things you do.
Yeah, my day job is I do holistic medicine. We've got a practice here in Pennsylvania. I do some alternative testing. I work in conjunction with the DO. I'm a paper doctor, not a real one, I'm a PhD. So there are certain things that are above my pay grade. So I do work with a regular doctor for when those need to be managed. We do chelation therapy, cell injection. What else do we do?
NEDs.
NED. And say that. I'm always going to ask you. It's like this mind, dimensions, stuff.
I know, it's like cell regeneration. Right?
It is, yeah.
So it's like holistic medicine and stuff like that, right? But I feel like we've talked before. You've been on the brew before, Frank. And people do, when they come in to see you, they do talk to you about paranormal stuff going on in their house. They do. It's, sometimes people. So the whole Dr. Spectre thing started as a means to keep my paranormal life and my business life separate. But the internet kind of puts everything together. People come in and they're like, "Are you Dr. Spectre?" I'm like, yes, I am. And, either they'll, make some kind of weird joke about it, or they'll like, "Oh my God, I got to tell you this."
They bring in haunted objects to you.
Oh yeah. I've got a lot of haunted objects, so please do not send me that. Unfortunately, I have like this amassing collection of them.
Yeah.
And I'm just, one day I'm going to load them all in the truck and drive to Connecticut and drop them on Zatz's doorstep. But yeah, it's kind of wild. And I've had some amazing stories.
Mm-hmm.
People who have been claimed to be abducted by aliens. I have this one young girl who's now claiming to hear voices in the night that are telling her to do bad things.
Mm.
It's wild, and I've known this kid forever. So we're getting a psyche eval on her, and
yeah, I was gonna say
I
was gonna say there's a lot of times where us as investigators, we have to say okay, was there ever a psyche eval done for?
You do have to do that,
and you don't really, unless you absolutely know it's an emergency situation, you don't want to proceed without that psyche eval. Because even if it is paranormal, if there is an underlying psychiatric issue, whatever you're doing trying to clear it can make that issue worse.
Right, absolutely. And it's like, how long, and it just, you're like in this because you want to help people, and it's like, how long do you wait for that person to get that psyche eval? Meanwhile, all these things are going on. You don't know what's feeding it, what's happening, where, and
you get caught in that between the rock and the hard spot. It's like, you're like a firefighter. You want to rush in and not worry about what's burning around you, but protocol states, you got to have a hose man and
right. Yeah, you have to have all the proper equipment. You got to be prepared. You got to, not forget, what you were taught, or what and you can't just react, or else that might cause issues not only for the people but yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Be a dangerous situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's funny, years of doing this stuff, even doing like all the precautions like you're supposed to do, we've still managed to bring some shit home.
Wow. Hold on. Look what Chris just said.
And I'm a classy son.
Chris. I love that guy.
Me too.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Chris.
He's one of those people you just meet him, you instantly love him. He's got such great energy. One of the first speaking gigs I did, right? It was at the first Pennhurst Paracon, right? Mm-hmm. And I had to go on after DeCesare. So I don't know if you've ever heard his talk.
I was when I'm at the Pennhursts, I'm part of that. I'm working, so
you're like in 10 places at once. I want to know how you do that, by the way. Anyway, he's such high energy, and everybody is like on the edge of their seat, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's the greatest!" And the applause, the cheers, the tears. I had to go on after that.
Right.
It's like, how do you follow that?
He always looks when he's doing speaking engagements, and he's like, "Okay, is Chris come before me?"
I do.
He does. It's funny.
So, but so during the day you do this. So Bella.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, and then I'm sure there's a reason that you two, the universe just aligned you guys together, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are amazing. I will say it, even though it's, you guys have helped me, with you guys totally like stepped up, came, and you're continuing to help me. We're still working together, but so I happen to know, Bella, you have totally left me with my mouth open more than once. I think the first time we talked was at Selma.
Yeah.
We were in the tent and we were talking, and you had said some things to me that, one, nobody knew, and 2 have never said to me before. And you left me literally like, wow, wow, And then recently talking, some of the things that you have that probably 98% of the people that are in my life don't know. So, so you have you have me convinced that you have gifts that, can really, really help people.
Thank you. Thank you. So for me, I've had this abilities since I was little. I used to pick up the play telephone when I was like 3 and tell my mom when people were coming over, and she would literally clean up the house. She's like, every time she goes, I'm just cleaning up the house, because it would be, something that I would just do and just talk to someone. And she goes, okay. So for me growing up, my family didn't necessarily ask questions, but they didn't tell me I was crazy. So what it did for me was become very, very natural. And it's like having brown eyes. So I don't even think about it when I pick something up. It's just there. And I literally see so much constantly. And I see, I used to say I see dead people. I can't, because my nephew said those are zombies. So apparently. So I see human spirits. I see non-human entities. So I've seen those all my life. And some are neutral. Some are pretty darn scary. I can go very deep into a person's psyche and pick things up. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's not. Because I go so deep, some people want to keep things private. And unfortunately, I'll just blurt something out. And I try to be very cautious of personal space. So I'm not one of those mediums that just go out and go, oh, I'm a medium, let me tell you, someone's trying to contact you. I really try to have that respect and boundaries. Mm-hmm. There's occasionally when something's very overwhelming and I'll ask permission and stuff like that. But I find missing things. My family calls me like, where are my car keys? They will literally call me, my friends are lost in the past. And so what else? I think that's about it, right?
You're a parent, right? You draw spirits in.
Oh, yeah. He thought the house was locked down before he moved in.
So I do a lot with protection. I do a lot with casting out and so on and so forth. So my ex was into some very dark things. Okay, and everything off the bottom, found it, less chalk on all the stuff. Da 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 da. Bella moves in. It's like, okay, she put in this
Central Station.
It's unbelievable. There was one time I'm talking to her on the phone in this room we're sitting in. It has this end table and it has these little tools that fit under the end table. One of them goes flying across the freaking room.
I heard it. I'm like, what was that? And he told me, he goes, oh, the tools went down.
Yeah. But then I wasn't done anymore. I was using it. It's like, what have you done?
I still have a house in Phoenix, and my friend called me up. Can you get rid of your people? You're bothering me. She really tell me that. Like, you did. Like, people alone in this house. It's pretty funny.
It's, and a lot of times I'll feel things. I'm empathic, feel the energy. If Bella says there's something in the house, even if I don't feel it, I just start immediately. I mean, it's just, she has that gift.
Right.
Amazing.
Yeah. No, that's, I mean, I don't think I think we're frozen.
Are we frozen?
I don't know. I'm like trying to, because I have my phone on just so that I make sure that I can. Oh, no, we're not. Never mind.
Okay.
Like, what's frozen feel like?
Cold.
So when did you two meet?
We met at Phenomenology in Gettysburg.
Nice.
Yeah.
104.
104.
And I walk into the bar. There's a lot of people I know there, and I go over and I'm a hugger. I'm Italian. I'm a hugger.
Right.
So, I'm hugging and friends. And Bella was with these friends that I've known for a while. And I hugged her. I thought I knew her. And our one friend, well, your friend now, she's like, you don't know her. I'm like, yeah, I do. But, So that's how we met. I gave her a random hug because I thought I knew her.
That's awesome.
And then when I would see her throughout the rest of the event, I just go over and hug her because, either that or I've, would have embarrassed myself. And so I made it a thing. So I go over and hug her and she's like, oh, yeah, I fit really well in that spot.
I did.
Yeah. And then she tricked me. And, here it is 8 years later and we're together.
True.
That's awesome.
Yeah. We have things in common and we're alike and we have the same belief system and he's Catholic and I'm spiritual, but we still have the same kind of core beliefs and we just think alike and our energies balance each other. So when I'm picking things up, I'll say, okay, what are you feeling? What are you thinking? So we help each other, especially in the paranormal field. So you have to have that trust.
Yes,
so,
absolutely.
What we do is tick checks because I'm so open all the time. I rarely close off. It's not something that's very natural to me to close off. So I'm a very open person and I'm like, I don't feel right. Something's going on with me right now. And I go, can you tick check me? So that's what we call it. And he'll go, like, yeah, something's trying to attach and he'll pull it off. And he's very good at cleansing people and pulling things off and making sure that there's no attachments. He's amazing at that. And
that's
so
awesome.
He'll take things off of me and to just make sure I'm clean. And then I'll also do the same for him. I can't pull negative energies off, but I'll tell him if something's going on. I'm like, I'm noticing this. What are you thinking, what you're feeling and all that.
Yeah. We talk about that in like some of the talks I do is that paranormal tick check. So, you go hiking and you got to watch out for ticks, Lyme disease, and it's miserable.
Right.
A thorough tick check can be fun with the right person. That's all I'm saying.
This is true. Yeah. No, Brad Paisley has a song about it.
Yes.
He does.
I don't think I know.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, there. It's called, I don't know if it's just called ticks or it's called check you for ticks, but it's about, checking somebody for ticks.
I gotta listen to
that you enjoy checking somebody for ticks.
It doesn't have to be a chore.
Right.
It can be fun. Same with the paranormal tick check. It can be fun. You got to laugh. Laughter is good energy, raises your vibrational level.
He'll check like Mark Arvia for ticks, but not in a fun way.
Yeah, it's not as much fun. It's not as much fun as with Bella.
So, do you guys doing anything paranormal wise? Are you guys just going to events? Or are you guys just kind of?
What, this year? We're on lockdown.
Not this year. Nobody's doing anything this year,
No, yeah. Well, we have the Selma event. That's the only one still on the books.
Yeah, that's still, yep.
Yeah. And I'm kind of surprised it is. And I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no, I am, I'm happy that it is. I hope that it happens,
It sounds like you have a werewolf in your house.
It never fails. There is not one time that I have been on here and he decides he wants to bark and,
Well, it's National Dog Day, so let him bark.
It is National Dog Day. I know. And I only have one dog. So 4 cats and 1 dog.
Right.
Yeah. For next year, there's Salem Con, there's Sage, there's all kinds of events, hopefully. But for this year, we do our own stuff. We'll take a drive and kind of do Echo Box in the middle of somewhere, some dilapidated old house. We're like, let's do an Echo Box.
Yeah,
let's try to get stuff.
And we're still getting cases, but we have them all on hold just because. I don't know. Do we want to go in somebody's house right now?
Right. True. Yeah. And that stinks. it's almost like just the world has just come to a halt. But you know what, though? I feel like, and this is going to probably, well, no, it's not going to sound, because I'm talking to like-minded people, but I feel like, the spiritual world and the ghostly world, like, has been so much more, has been stronger.
Yeah.
I'm not a visual person. I usually don't see things, but I've been seeing things, and you know what I mean? And like, I feel that, there's like this rift or something, and it's just like activity is just
right. So the paranormal world thrives on energy, right?
right.
Think of all the negative energy being pumped out into the world right now. All the fear, right? People live in fear with this virus. And this is sending out this negative energy. And yeah, I mean, the calls I'm getting, this, that, there's been a rise in paranormal activity and not nice paranormal activity.
Right. Yeah. Well, the people are more negative. Everything is they watch the news. Everything is so negative. Everything. I mean, people just want to hate everything instead of,
I've been seeing this a lot at work. It's the COVID anxiety and or depression. I had a woman in last week. She sat in the chair. She looked at me. She says, I feel fantastic. Everything is good. My business is booming. I'm in my retirement plan. What? And I'm so freaking anxious about everything. I've never had this before.
Right.
I thought, okay, well, here's what's going on. Okay. Shut the news off.
I don't listen to the news at all. I don't even barely turn the TV on.
I watch it in the morning. And it's a local station. It's not like one of the major networks. Just so I know what's going on in the world, so I get the weather, find out what's going on with Philly sports, and that's it. And then I shut it off. I can't watch it all day. I can't watch it in the afternoon. I won't sleep.
Yeah, I try to practice abundance, so I really try to be bringing in that positive energy, being in the moment, trying to have that healthy mind and meditation, because it's like too much negative, right? And it's not going to help me. It's not going to help my energy. And it's not going to help when I see things. I don't want to bring in more, negative stuff, right? So I try to really be conscious of bringing that abundance energy in, and that breathing, being in the moment. So one of the things I wanted to bring up is we have cigars and drinks on Wednesday nights, kind of like a little date night. And
that's cute.
We talk about one of the questions was, when I saw this on TV, it's like you're watching some kind of paranormal show just before we went out to have drinks, and I think spirits are learning. So I think that even though they may be in a moment in time, etc., we keep going to the same houses over and over. We keep doing the same things, and we keep asking the questions. I think they're getting smart about technology, how to contact us, how to build the energy up. I think that's why a lot of reasons why we're seeing so much too is the other side's getting smarter.
Right. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm not half as gifted, talented as you are, and I'm struggling, So for somebody who's so open and so like with energy and everything, like I can't even imagine. Like I was to a point like a couple months ago, like I was like, all I wanted to do was run away. I just wanted to run away. Like that is how I felt. I was like, this is just insane. So I can't watch TV. It's just TV is, I'm watching. I did watch Lucifer though. I don't know if you guys watch Lucifer, but that was like an amazing show. I'll Netflix it all day long, but I can't watch TV.
No, we watch rarely TV, and if we do, it's something silly, like Goonies was just on the other day. And I don't watch TV. I stay off of Facebook. I try to go on so I can kind of stay in contact with people. So I'll stalk a little bit, but maybe every 2 weeks, because I don't like all the negative. right? I just don't want the energy around me. I don't. And so I really protect myself and my energy.
Yeah. Somebody else was saying the key is to distance yourself from Facebook. I deleted the app from my phone. I use it my laptop, so it's not so easy to access.
Yeah,
that's a good thing. Yeah.
Mine's on my phone, but I really literally ignore it. I mean, I have 29,000 emails unopened. I don't care.
Yeah.
Right.
I used to say to a friend of ours, the key to happiness is your thumb. Okay, because you can just scroll past all the negative shit that you don't want to see. Because this guy would get like so worked up over what this person was doing, what that person is doing. Yeah,
I just stay off of
now.
it. But and that does help. I think meditating, being in the moment at least once a day, trying and I give thanks every morning. So I have a lot of affirmations to give thanks to the universe. And it really does bring in the most amazing positive energy. We had to go to Walmart, and I always thank the parking lot gods for good parking spaces. And when I do that, and ever since I've been doing that, we get amazing parking spaces.
We never get a bad spot ever.
Yeah. He used to drive in Arizona, and he'd be on the phone. He goes, "Stay on the phone with me so I can get a good parking space."
And it would work.
It would work.
I mean, this is the most crowded I have ever seen this Walmart. The parking lot was extremely full. And Bella's like, well, why don't you just go park over in there and we'll walk? It's like, all right, well, let me go down this aisle. We go down that aisle. And the person in the first spot pulls out.
We went
right in.
Like, thank you, parking lot gods. Yay.
There's a question. I'm just going to put it up on there.
You have to get glasses on.
What do you fear the most?
I can read it.
The paranormal.
So for me, I bad or good, I don't have fears. I get startled, and I absolutely will see something when we're investigating, and I will run. I've done it.
She's a runner.
I don't like being last on the stairs because you get eaten. It's true. So for me, I've seen so much. I mean, I've seen a lot of crap. I don't really get scared because I just know how to protect and how to push it away and where the boundaries are and where I can be strong.
Yeah, I'm the same. I know how to protect myself. And when I say I'm without fear, it doesn't mean I'm without caution.
Yeah.
Right.
You take all the precautions and okay, this is above my pay grade. Let me get out of here.
Yeah, right. I think that's paying attention.
But it's not a fear. It's a sensibility. Okay. I fear people. People scare the shit out of me. Yeah. Paranormal, not so much.
Especially when they go, why don't you throw something at me? I'm like, or anyone in your room? I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, not me.
Not me.
I have enough scars.
Yeah. No, do not.
I think, anybody that knows me, and I was a part of, a group or two, and they would have special response teams and this and that. I say, I'm not getting involved with that negative stuff. I am Casper only. I have a healthy respect for that side of things. You know what I mean? A healthy, but I just don't want. That's just not. For me, I worry about the people in my my loved ones. Because you hear stories. Once you get involved with that stuff, things come home and this and that, and it's like so. I worry about what's home, you know what I mean? And so that for me, I don't know if that's necessarily a fear, but it is definitely something that I have always stayed away from, or at least have tried,
Yeah, and again, not a fear, but it's a sensibility.
Yeah.
It's when my kids were little and at home, I wouldn't go near anything dark. And that was, I mean, you get thrust into the situations. Now that they're older and understand and know, and they're out of the house, well, except for the one, yeah, it's, I get calls, more and more calls on these darker cases. And
I've seen things dark things since I was little. I mean, 12 years old, I saw some things. It's like, so for me, it's just knowing where to set that boundary, like you were saying.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like unfortunately people that are either paranormal enthusiasts or just trying to find answers because weird stuff is going on in their house, and they turn to the TV and they watch the shows, and all the shows, except for like Ghost Hunters and Ghost Nation. I mean, mostly all of the shows are negative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So automatically people start thinking everything is negative. You know what I mean? Because they think these people,
Yeah.
It's true. We have a good example of that Scratch story.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we have a good example.
So we film with Ghost Detectives, right? We were filming at Penhurst, and I got a scratch on the back of my neck, and I'm ready to go, full Jersey and just lay into. And Rich Rozelle says, "Wait a minute, Frank. Remember where we're at, and the people who were here. Touch may have been their only means of communication. You can't just assume that
it's a dark thing, or like, negative, or a demon.
And I had all this anger, and I'm ready to roll, and I'm like, God bless you, Rich, you're right.
Unfortunately, because they see so many things on TV, they don't really sit there and take a step back to figure out the environment, right? What are they really picking up? What are the signs, and what was there before? Not all scratches are demonic, right?
Right.
Growls are demonic. Yeah. I mean, think about the way, at Penhurst, there's a lot of lack of communication that happened there. So is there negative there? Absolutely. But is there, like what you had come across, someone trying to communicate?
Yeah. They're, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we had a private house, and then, this woman, she's redoing her bathroom, and she's videotaping to put it up on, a social media platform, and the dog's barking, and, and all of a sudden, and I heard it, clear as anything. It's like, it says, "Get the dog." But it was like, "Get the dog," like this. And she's automatically thinking they want to kill the dog. And and I said, "No," I said, "You have to remember, like, your house is, built in the 1800s, and I mean, she literally lives on an epicenter of just everything that could, the guy that founded the town built the house she lives in. There's a cemetery out back. The whole family's buried there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's, I mean, like, it's just, and I said, no, I said, but I said, back in the day, so the dogs were working dogs, or they not a lot of people liked having, pets, so they're hearing the dog. Maybe they're just saying, I said, the feeling I got was, just, the dog, just get the dog, nothing bad, not trying to hurt
right.
the dog, but they watch, well, I saw, and it's like, and I said, and you don't know what, if you're hearing the whole sentence, you could say, "Get the dog some water." You're just hearing "get the dog," you don't know, because you don't know their level of the energy. We don't know.
This is not an exact science.
Right.
You can't make assumptions.
Right.
Yeah. Let me see. There's a lot of questions. So Carl Hutchinson, which I'm sure wants to know how the Halloween plans are coming.
How the Halloween plans are coming?
Yes. How are the Halloween plans coming on Frank and Bella?
We're going to start decorating. I've actually started to pull some stuff out, so we're going to decorate early. We're probably not going to do anything for Halloween because of COVID.
No, but we decided we're dressing up because it's supposed to be a full moon.
Full moon on Friday.
On Friday.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go outside and do something fun.
So in years past, we would get in costume and we would go to like local wineries and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'd be the only ones dressed up, and we'd be going to these wineries. That's funny. Yeah, we would.
What else have we done? We've done some pretty cool stuff on Halloween.
Yeah, we just find something to do. But this year, because of COVID, but we are going to go outside because it is a full moon, and we're going to do something fun because it should be the veil should be thin there, according to the, legend. And so we're going to do something fun, not conjure anything. I see enough crap. I don't need to conjure it.
Maybe.
Thanks.
What is the holy grail of paranormal to you personally?
I mean, obviously, the holy grail is to have a full body apparition come up and say, "Hello, I'm a ghost," and you get this all on video. As far as like places, there's so many.
I want to Transylvania calls to me like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah,
really
see,
does.
and that's Scotland calls to me like that.
Holy Grail. Holy Grail.
Yeah, I mean, get good solid evidence. Obviously, is
yeah.
The reason I got into this stuff and actually met him at the paranormal convention is because I see things all the time. I wanted to have a more scientific mind,
right,
and balance to it, because I see things all the time. So for me, a holy grail. That's a good question. I don't even know where I was going with all that.
It feels like it deserves a better answer than good solid evidence. But
evidence for you, I think for me, I wish it was like Ghost Whisperer. So if anyone has watched that show where she sees them solid constantly, I see them solid and see through, and in my mind's eye, I see them all different kinds of way. I wish I would just see them all solid all the time, and they would just come up to me and talk to me and tell me. I could hear every single word they said. I could see their face and their inflection, just like a regular person.
So you say that,
yeah.
But there's times where we're like driving, and she's like, "I wonder what that guy was doing on the side of the road." I'm like, "What guy?"
It's true.
Yeah,
scares me.
Oh, you didn't see that guy?
Like, oh God.
And then we go on like this 20-minute diatribe of why I didn't see the guy and she did.
Yeah. So one time we were at Fort Mifflin, and we were at one of the arches, and I said, "You need to kiss me and stuff." He goes, "I can't. There's a bunch of people." There's like, no. Oh, no. You go, "There's kids or something around." I go, "There's no one around except those people having a picnic." And he looks at me and goes, "What people having a picnic?" And they were solid. I mean, I really thought I saw them. And I turned around like.
That's Valley Forge.
Crap.
Yeah, that was Valley Forge.
Was it Valley Forge? I'm like, crap.
That's cool. Now that has happened to me once where we were in Gettysburg, me and Rob, and I started to walk across the street we were on the side of where the cemetery is, and we're walking across the street, and literally I looked up and saw a World War II soldier.
Wow.
He was walking with a purpose, and then he was gone. And Rob looked at me, he's like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Did you see that?" You know what I mean? Because I was like, it's not that hot out. I'm not hallucinating. I saw that. And when I let myself think about what I saw, when my brain processed it, I could literally see the strap from the helmet, swinging. Even though he was that far away from me, it was like I was up close for 3 seconds and saw this soldier, and he had the green helmet on, and just. But that was, to me, was cool because I have never seen anything like that,
Yeah.
This is somebody. Where is it? Let me see. Rich says. Well, Rich is on here. I don't know if you guys know. So
no, we can't see.
Oh, Rich, and Bill Freeman and everybody. They're all on here saying hi. And,
cheers, guys.
So. And Rich said, Iron Island basement.
Oh my God. Yeah. So, you want me to tell the story?
Yeah. Fine. Reader's Digest.
No.
Reader's Digest.
So we're filming at Iron Island, right? And I love that place.
Where
never,
is it?
ever
Where is it?
in Buffalo.
Where,
Okay, so Iron Island is a section of Buffalo that's surrounded by railroad tracks. So the museum started life out as a church, then became a funeral home, and then was taken over to create this museum for the Lovejoy section of Buffalo. When the owner took it over, she found 33 boxes of unclaimed ashes in the basement.
oh, well.
She researched them, found them, most of them were military, made sure they all had proper military burials. I mean, God bless her. Linda does an amazing job there.
Wow.
So we're filming at Iron Island. We're down in the basement. And, I kind of hear this noise over in the creepy section of the basement. So I go over, right? I'm looking around, and I hear a noise that was right over Rich, and I turn and I'm trying to my light. I'm looking. Out of the corner of my eye, I see this black thing kind of just running at me. I turn, face it, head up, hits me, goes right through me. I'm like, woof, blown away. Blown away. And I know, okay, I need to get outside. I start to go outside, and Andrew, the cameraman, comes over. He says, well, if it was going that way, don't you think we should investigate that way? And sometimes I'm like too much of a dumbass for my own good. And so I go over and investigate. And it's, that feeling you get when you've been touched, and when that, it's getting worse. I got to get outside. Guys, I'm done. Got to go. Boom. So right after I leave and I get up to the main room, and I'm better. Right after I go, Rich saw his first full body shadow apparition, kind of first time he's ever seen anything. And
right.
That was so cool. Iron Island.
Wow, that sounds awesome. That sounds like somewhere when my family, I wouldn't be here if they didn't come from Italy, right over the boat to, Ellis Island, and, and they landed shop in Depew and Buffalo and all up there and everything like that. That's where they all started. So, but I never heard of this place. That would be awesome. Like, and the history. I love a place that has a history like that.
And let me tell you something. The people there are so wonderful. The first time I was ever there, there was 4 of us in there. So 2 of the people were there, and it was Aaron Sagers and I. And we were there just because, we heard of the place. We thought it'd be cool. We rented out and investigated. So we're all in the chapel room, and we're laying on the carpet all, in a circle doing EVPs. Something grabbed my butt. Okay. I know, right? Well, I didn't know I could jump that high. And that was the first time I was ever touched by a spirit.
Oh, really?
And, yeah. And you get this cold from the inside out.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like shivering. And there's one woman that volunteers there, Lorraine. She instantly goes into mother mode, and she starts taking care of me. Lorraine, she's a dear friend to this day, and this was like, I don't know, probably almost 20 years ago now. Yeah. I don't know if that long, but
at least 12 before I met you.
Yeah, right? It was long before I met you. So yeah, it's ever since then I fell in love with the place. They treat me like family. Everybody I've ever recommended to go there has had a wonderful time, and they just treat everybody so well.
Well, the next time you guys go, I want to go.
All right, okay. Let's organize a trip.
Yeah, I totally want to go. That sounds like something. I love that the history and what she did. That's amazing that she honored those soldiers, and you know what I mean. I just, oh my gosh, I got chills thinking about it. It's awesome.
Amazing person, Linda. They
Somebody had asked a question too, which it was an interesting question. So I'm just going to ask. I've never heard anybody ask it before, so just curious. What do you? Let me see if I can. What was it? There's still like a lot of. This one person is asking a lot of questions, so I'm just trying to. I can't find it, but basically it was. What are your thoughts on a woman who is pregnant going into a house and investigating.
I wouldn't.
Bad idea.
Yeah.
Do not do it. If there's so many risk factors involved, so the baby is its own entity at this point. And as much as you're protecting yourself, doesn't always protect the baby. The baby is vulnerable. Do not go and harm, even if you're 100% sure, like, okay, yeah, there's nothing bad here. There's, your garden variety haunting. No, you still put it at risk because, if there's a garden variety haunting there, there's an energy rift, vortex, whatever you want to call it, where stuff gets through. And you can't control what gets through.
No, you can't. Right. And what I do is I work with a lot of kids and stuff as well, and I work with the parents. You have to think about it this way. If you are walking up and you're pregnant or whatever to a stranger, what's the rules of engagement, right?
Right.
You wouldn't put your belly toward them. You would make sure you're cautious, maybe not so quick, close to them and stuff like that. You've got to think of it as stranger danger. What are the rules and expectations around that engagement? So it goes for having anyone that's under the age of 18 at these places and stuff like that. There is danger. Mm-hmm. What are the rules of engagement that you're expecting? And you have to protect and create those rules and boundaries from that.
Mm-hmm. For sure. I mean, he says, at what point does the baby have a soul? For me, this is just my belief. I believe that it's a soul first, and then, then comes the shell or the outers and this and that. You know what I mean? It's, to me, that whole thing is a miracle. You know what I mean? So for me, it's a soul first. And then it becomes, then you start to develop. And so, I've never heard that question asked before. So, that's
a good question. And I believe the same as you. It starts out as a soul. And at the moment of conception, that soul is then put there.
Right. Right. I agree. Rich said, talking about Frank being touched. This is Rich. He said, Kitty Night Inn.
Oh boy.
That sounds like a fun place, actually.
It was. The Kitty Night was in Georgetown, Maryland. Miss Kitty saved the town from being burned down. She met with several hours with the admiral for the British Armada, who then decided to spare the town. Kitty founded a home for women. Basically, it was a whorehouse, is what I'm getting at.
Right.
So one of the claims is if you lay.
Of course, I'm like, oh, that sounds like a fun place.
Yeah. So if you lay in Kitty's bed and she likes you, one of the claims is she'll pull the covers up over you. Right. Mm-hmm. So I get in Kitty's bed. And honest to God, it felt like somebody climbed on top of me and was grinding. We got
really?
We got EVPs of moans.
Not coming from
awesome.
Not coming from no, it's an EVP.
I know, just making sure.
So when we were done filming that bit, Bella wasn't with us. I immediately go in the parking lot and I'm like, Bella, is ghost sex cheating?
Yeah. I wrote back, yes, it is.
It's the name of the
That's interesting.
That was a moment.
I would say. I mean, like I've had my butt grabbed and touched, and I actually had the other end, patted at one point, only once, which was interesting. But never that. That's got to be quite an experience, I would say.
It was weird.
And then to get EVPs of something like, did you feel like dirty afterward? Were you like I don't even know. Like, I wouldn't even know how I would feel.
I didn't know how to feel. I'm like, what? I'm still in disbelief of what happened. And like, Yeah, no, I felt that, and
Somebody said something funny. Well, hello, kitty.
right.
Like,
Oh, kitty.
That's so true.
Yeah, it was weird. That was a great investigation, like the whole thing. Unfortunately, they closed that down.
oh, they did?
Yeah, it was cool. It was like part of the yacht club. Bob and I went out kayaking on the Sassafras River.
Oh
Yeah,
my God.
saying sassafras.
So I feel like we already asked this. We only have a couple minutes left, unfortunately. Used to be on when we were on our page, we could just talk, forever. But
Mhm.
I like asking this question. Where Rich said, "Here, kitty, kitty, kitty." Everybody's making kitty jokes now.
Right.
Um, Scariest movie you ever seen?
The Fog.
The Fog.
Seriously, when I was little, it terrifies me. Fog, it terrifies me to this day.
Really? Is it because you can't see? You can't see?
The original.
Hit it.
Exorcist.
I didn't see that until I was much older, so
No, I saw it young.
It wasn't like scary.
Yeah, I saw it young. The other one, when I was really young, was The Blob. The Blob.
Wow, oh my God, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we used to have this red carpet in the bathroom, and you could see it coming out from like the door. And my sisters would tease me that was the Blob coming out, and I was like, I ran past the bathroom every time.
No.
Mine's The Entity. That movie.
Yeah,
That movie looks
oh.
with Barbara Hershey. It's I watch it to this day, and it scares the crap out of me to this day. It was like in the 70s. Like I'm like, that movie is scary. So
good one.
Contemporary ones would be like The Ring, the first Ring movie. That was pretty good. That was pretty intense. I don't know. Nothing. I know that now I'm looking at it because we just rewatched the Poltergeist 1 and 2 a few weeks ago, and it's like I love that. It's like it was.
Yeah, the first Poltergeist was awesome for sure.
I like the second one. The second one was still pretty good. The ending was good. The ending was completely horrible.
One of my other favorites is The Others with Nicole Kidman.
Oh, that
is good.
And that's such a mind flip too.
Yes. Yeah. Like if you totally are like, holy shit, at the end you're like, whoa, what if that's really what it's like? Like you're like, whoa, like that's awesome. Yeah, The Others was a good one. See, I like all those old school ones, like like What Lies Beneath and White Noise and
White Noise is good.
One of my favorite, and it's a real kitschy movie. It's Fright Night.
Oh yeah,
Fright Night. Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually like the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I saw the remake. I'm not sure.
It's worth a watch. If you like the original, it's worth a watch.
The original Haunting was good. Even the remake was good.
Yeah.
The scariest would be The Fog. I literally have problems with The Fog now. I cannot handle it.
It's true. It's funny.
It scares the EBGBs out of me. It's like when I'm in Gettysburg, because it fogs there a lot when we're there for Phenom. And I'm like, I'm just not looking up. I'm not looking around. I'm just looking right in the car because I don't want to see anything come out of the fog.
Yeah. Well, I kind of like feel you on that one because one movie that scared me that everybody's like, really? But was Blair Witch. Because I'm like, I can't imagine being lost in the woods and not being able to get out. Like that just totally plays on my fear.
With Blair Witch, I watched this with my daughter, right? And she was, I don't know, she was maybe preteen at the time. And we watch this, and it's this stormy, lightning kind of, then the phone rings, and it's my neighbor. And, his wife's cat died, and he wants to know if I have a pick so he can get home. All right.
Creepy.
So we pause the movie. So I grab the pick, and then I go to the window, and I'm standing there with the pick. And then the lightning lights it up. My daughter screams so loud. She still hates me for that.
So she hates you for the doll.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I would too. I don't know. I didn't even own a Barbie. Dolls, nope.
No, this is a creepy doll that they kept putting in.
This was like this creepy doll my ex got, and my daughter did not want it in her room. It freaked her out.
Right.
So at night, sometimes I would come over and I'd like, put it in front of her door.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Me and you would fight. Me and you would fight. Kenny fights so hard.
It still goes on to this day. When they're here for the holidays, I'll put something creepy in the room.
Oh no. I couldn't do it. Kenny Biddle tries to like every once in a while I'll go on my page and there's like this post from him like with this creepy doll and he was like, I don't care, don't play with me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill this dude. It was seriously.
We're gonna start sending her pictures of our creepy doll.
Oh yeah, we have one that we actually had to bind a couple weeks ago, right?
So we get this doll.
That's right.
Antique store.
That's why I just leave them. Leave them where they're at. They're there for a reason. I
always bring shit home.
It's a bride doll, right? And Bella made it even creepier because
blackened out the eyes.
That's what Bella does.
Like black stuff all over it.
So, and we had this on the vendor table, and people would react to it like in the worst way. So this thing started to pick up the energy, of all these people feeling it's creepy and stuff. So then we get it, over time it starts to do things. So I put it in a case and I bind it. I bind the case. I don't bind the doll. And little by little it starts moving.
Literally moving.
Okay. Literally moving in the case. Then we had this big move where it's like, is that a little off? It's like, holy shit. She's facing sideways trying to climb out.
It looks like we took pictures. So we have witnesses of seeing it straight on with the arms out because the arms were straight down. At some point, the arms kept going up. And then they're like, and we talked about it specifically. So then just a couple weeks later, he comes like, did you move the doll? I'm like, what are you talking about? And he's like, did you move the doll? I'm like, no, what are you talking about? So we go in and he shows me. She literally looks like she's trying to get out of the case. We took pictures because we wouldn't move it. Even as a joke, you only let it go on for maybe an hour or two.
Yeah. Nope. I'm like, listen, either that thing's going or I'm going. One of the two.
The doll is bound up solid now. The case is bound.
She still freaks me out.
She's going nowhere.
I think of talking to Tina and hearing the little patter of her feet crawling all over the floor. So what did I fear? That.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm changing my answer. I fear.
Yeah. I just realized that creepy dog crawling around at night, just like all you hear is like, and you see like a little shadow. Okay. Yeah. Right. This is why I run.
So Bella brings creepy stuff home all the time.
Yeah, accidentally.
No, on purpose. We're in an antique store in New Hampshire, right? We're there with John Zathis and a bunch of other people. She finds this item. She calls me over. I'm like, no.
Oh, sure. And being with John, he just attracts them too.
Oh my God, he's worse than Bella. But no, it's
is that this like searches for that stuff?
You didn't have to. That shit finds
it. Just finds them.
Yeah. So she calls me over. I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, no, hell no. I go. I'm looking around the store. She calls John over. And she buys this thing. And she's like, "Oh, John said it was fine."
Yeah, he said, "Then you can just deal with this if it happens."
Well, first she tells me, "Oh, John says this is fine," and we put it in the truck and we forget about it, right? And then like stuff starts to happen, and I'm like, "Oh, this thing."
Yeah. Like,
and then she says, "Oh, well, yeah. John said it has energy, but I can deal with it."
Yeah, I forgot it was even in the truck. So I'm like, oh, yeah, you remember? I'm like, oops.
So great John Zappa story. We're doing a live podcast from Fort Mifflin. It's Aaron Sagers and I. We're having all kinds of tech issues. So we're kind of routing it through a call through New York. Every time John came to the table, all you heard was growls coming out of this phone.
Oh my God.
True story.
Wow. Well,
I know. He's like, yeah, yes, I would buy it. It's got energy to it. I would get it. Okay. Okay. It's not the first time. It's like I always ask him. He goes, yeah, I would get it. It's okay. I can find it if something happens. I'll take care of it.
like it's no big deal.
People.
I know. Because I don't know why I always pick things up, and they are kind of creepy, but they attract me for some reason. It's like, oh, I really like this. And he's like, no. But I'm like, I really like this.
Yeah. No.
Sometimes if John's around, it gets overridden.
Well, I mean, it's cute. I mean, look, you got Frank out of it.
No. And this is how
I say that lovingly.
and this is how I end up with haunted stuff.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the haunted dolls in our garage from Mark Revilla. Comes over and he has these haunted dolls. It's like, oh, Mark, why?
Yeah,
Like,
no.
Yeah.
Well, guys, it's about that time.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry. If it was us, we could keep going because I could talk to you guys forever. So, but I thank you so much for your time. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for everybody that has joined us. We had a lot of people, saying hey and coming on. And
Hey, everybody. Thanks for being here.
And we will be at Selma, right? We'll be at Selma together. So I'll see you guys at Selma, and I'll be live. I'll be going live from the Brews page, and so everybody go and like Paranormal Brew, and hopefully you'll see us. Come to Selma. Selma's going to be awesome in Norristown, PA. It's a big event. There's going to be a lot of people there. So
Only event. So you have no excuse.
yeah, it's the only event. Yeah. All right, guys. I love you so much for coming on. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Bye.
And I'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
See ya.